Bringing you up to the minute and relevant news in local and international maritime trade, it's Nimasa this week. Hello and welcome. My name is Iretiola Doyle. Now, it is common knowledge that under the leadership of President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, our nation's economy has witnessed significant growth, what with the various transformations and groundbreaking initiatives going on in various sectors of our economy. One area where such exponential development can be witnessed is our maritime sector, where Mr. President has instituted processes to transform the industry into a major foreign exchange earner for our country. Today on our show, we will be giving you the highlights of the giant strides being instituted by President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's administration to unlock Nigeria's maritime potentials and position her as a major maritime hub in Africa.
With a coastline of over 853 kilometers, an exclusive economic zone of 200 nautical miles, there's no gainsaying that Nigeria does have the potential to make it a great maritime nation. It should be noted that Nigeria has a right of exploration and use of marine resources from baseline to 200 nautical miles from the coast. All these are pointers to the fact that the federal government needed to harness these potentials to the benefit of its citizens and bring Nigeria to the league of such countries as Singapore and the Philippines, where the maritime sectors contribute more than half of its gross domestic product, GDP. Since assuming office in May 2011, President Goodluck Jonathan's economic transformation has been implementing far-reaching reform programs in the maritime sector to revive infrastructure and also diversify the income base of the country to effectively include the maritime sector. This perhaps stands out the federal government under President Goodluck Jonathan as the first president to invite all stakeholders in the maritime sector and discussed how best Nigerians can collectively harness this God-given potential to the benefit of all Nigerians. The Presidential Maritime Retreat Forum provided a platform that produced working ideas that have facilitated the transformation witnessed in the Nigerian maritime sector within the past 4 years.
Under the president, we have been able to increase the capacity tremendously since this president came to power. There was this paucity of seafarers in the country before now. But within the last 3 years, we actually have trained about 2,000 seafarers. Many of them still in training, some of them rounding up. Before the president came to power, we had on a daily basis attack on vessels within the maritime space. It came as far as the ports. They were robbing ships at Bath. That was the height of it. And this was what we inherited. But between the inception of this president and now, even the international community already acknowledged that we have done well in terms of insecurity. I give kudos to Nimasa and the firepower of Nimasa, which is the Navy.
For any nation to aspire to become a force to be reckoned with in the community of maritime nations, its maritime administration must be highly effective. And this is said to be the case with the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, which has undergone distinct transformation in line with President Goodluck Jonathan's transformation agenda. Slowly but surely, Nimasa is on course to become Africa's #1 maritime nation.
Give us 10 years, we're going to compete favorably with any country, anywhere in the world, in terms of human capacity in the maritime industry. We should demonstrate to the law our resolve that we are not only just going to be talking tigers, paper tigers, we are going to be action tigers too. So whatever we say, we implement. Whatever we conceptualize, we put it to practical reality.
The agency places emphasis on human capacity development for the present and the future, mindful of its critical role in exploiting the potential of the sector. Our vision is to transform the maritime sector into an industry that will generate capable local manpower, which will contribute significantly to the nation's gross domestic product.
Security on our waterways was a major issue in the Nigerian maritime domain until recently, when Nimasa, under the management led by Dr. Zakede Patrick Akpobolekemi, took the bull by the horns. And today, statistics from both within and outside of the country, including the International Maritime Bureau, attest to the fact that Nigerian waters are safer than what it used to be 4 years ago. Nimasa, under the Goodluck Jonathan administration, has been able to achieve full domain awareness with the installation and launch of a satellite surveillance system, which covers the entire Gulf of Guinea and beyond. Today, the agency can detect in real time all activities of vessels involved in trading on the nation's waters and even much beyond that. The upgrading of the Global Maritime Distress Safety System, GMDSS, in Lagos, Bonny and Oron, the radar installation in Escravos, Bonny, and the Takwa Bay in Lagos will complement the satellite facility and further boost the domain awareness response capability. Furthermore, the federal government, which makes interagency partnership desirable, provided the platform for Nimasa's Memorandum of Understanding with the Nigerian Navy and the Nigerian Air Force, amongst others. The Maritime Guard Command, domiciled in Nimasa, and the constant use of facilities of the Nigerian Air Force, such as ATR, has led to a better patrol of the Nigerian waters, thus a decline in the level of maritime crimes.
Crime comes without warning. So, we need speed. And in effect, this is it. So we need something that is going to quickly go out there, reference the situation, and surprise the situation. And that's what this machine is meant for.
Worthy of note is the fact the decision of the Jonathan administration to appoint Nimasa as the designated authority for the implementation of the International Port Facility and Security ISPS Code has resulted in the rapid transformation of security situations in ports and terminals across the country. Having established a full-fledged unit to drive and pilot the ISPS Code implementation, the agency has adopted the ISPS Code regulation, developed guidelines and quick reference cards to enhance assessment, inspection, enforcement, and monitoring of port facilities in the country. It is also worthy of note that over 75% of the 129 port facilities in Nigeria are now ISPS compliant, a sharp contrast to the less than 7% attained in the pre-Jonathan era, despite the huge investment by contributions from several agencies and departments of government.
Looking at from where we're coming from and with the current administration and in line with the transformation agenda of Mr. President, you will agree with that. Truly, indeed, this agency have moved tremendously to greater heights with respect to our scorecard now.
Nimasa has been able to gradually increase its port state control performance in recent years due to increase in manpower capacity and availability of vessels for operations. The Secretary General of the Abuja Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, on Port State Control recently commended Nimasa for being the foremost port state control administration in the West and Central African sub-region. All these achievements are due largely to the fact that the federal government, led by President Goodluck Jonathan, has the political will to promote public-private partnership to enhance maritime security. Before this administration, Nimasa had just 6 platforms to provide search and rescue, patrol, marine pollution control, amongst others. Today, Nimasa's fleet of platforms now stand at over 20. The Nimasa fleet now includes search and rescue vessels, patrol vessels, pollution control vessels, and fast interdiction boats, and many more diverse boats and vessels.
Now, without a doubt, this administration has delivered on its promises, at least as can be seen within our maritime industry. Now, one of the major reasons why we've witnessed such rapid growth within the maritime sector is because of the human capacity development initiatives being embarked upon by this administration. Now, don't go away. When we do come back after the break, we shall continue with our highlights.
Nimasa, Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency. For Obonga shipping registration, no. Nimasa, commercial shipping, no. Nimasa, maritime labor, no. Nimasa.
The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, the nation's maritime watchdog, established to promote maritime safety, security, commercial shipping, and regulate maritime pollution. Nimasa is well positioned and committed to take the development and standardization of Nigeria's maritime industry to greater heights. Are you interested in the local or international commercial shipping business or in seafaring and do not know what to do or how to go about it? Nimasa will guide and see you through. Sea pirates, oil thieves, and all forms of dubious and illegal business on Nigeria's maritime domain have no hiding place because Nimasa's eagle eyes will locate or catch up with you. For Nimasa, it is zero tolerance to sea pollution as all abandoned ships and wrecks on Nigeria's waterways which pose danger to sea transportation will be cleared. Nimasa, promoting safe and secure maritime environment.
In the area of maritime education, things are gradually changing as Nimasa, working in line with the transformation agenda of President Goodluck Jonathan, established the first maritime university in Nigeria, the Nigerian Maritime University, Okerinkoko, Delta State.
The establishment of this maritime university here to relate because the issue of manpower is key. And we believe that this is a good thing to help significantly in terms of producing the required manpower for this blue economy. And this university will be, I think, the second specialized university this government is establishing since we come on board. We established 12 normal universities, 3 from the 3 states of the south that don't have federal universities, and 9 from 3 states of the north, of 9 states of the north that don't have federal universities.
Today's gathering for this important occasion is in line with the need to unlock the potentials of the sector for manpower development, job and wealth creation opportunities for Nigerians. This strategic vision, which has become a reality during your tenure, will remain a reference point for posterity.
The Director General of Nimasa, Mr. Ziakede Patrick Akpobolokemi, under whose watch this project, which has been a mirage in the past, became a reality, noted that the political support from the federal government served as a needed catalyst for Nigeria to have its first degree awarding institution specialized in maritime education.
The office is to achieve in-country capacity for composite manpower development for the maritime sector. That is the essence of the university Mr. President is going to do the groundbreaking today. Also aligned to this is the 2,505 scholarship Nimasa has awarded to Nigerians to study in different parts of the world today.
The Nigerian Maritime University will provide a long-term solution to the dearth of qualified professionals in the Nigerian maritime sector and also serve as a center of excellence in innovative research for the maritime sector in the West and Central African sub-region when it fully evolves. In the meantime, the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, has established maritime institutes in 6 universities across all geopolitical zones of the country. These are the Maritime Institutes in the University of Lagos, the Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida University, Lapai, Niger State, University of Nigeria, Nsukka, the Niger Delta University, Amasoma in Bayelsa State, Federal University, Kashere, Gombe State, and the Maritime Institute in Anambra State University, Uli. These institutes are part of the federal government's efforts to grow human capacity and ensure that the nation's maritime potentials are fully harnessed. Since the liquidation of the Nigerian National Shipping Line, NNSL, late last century, training of seafarers in Nigeria became moribund. that led to the dearth of Nigerian seafarers. While those trained by the NNSL were aging, there was no replacement, and apparently no government thought it wise enough to invest in encouraging and training young Nigerians to become seafarers until recently. In the past 4 years, and in line with the federal government's transformation agenda, Nimasa partnered with some state governments to sponsor over 2,500 Nigerian youths from the 6 geopolitical zones of the country to achieve and live their dreams of becoming seafarers. This is the Nigerian Seafarers Development Program, NSDP, a program that saw to the transformation of lives, taking youths off the streets of Sokoto, Kaduna, Minna, Warri, and Lagos to study specialized maritime education in schools in London, Liverpool, Newcastle, Romania, the Philippines, and Alexandria, Egypt, just to mention a few. Ordinary young school leavers now studying courses that will make them international brands who hopefully will help harness the massive maritime potential that Nigeria has.
I'm very happy that Nimasa chose me to be among the privileged few who could become something successful out of their lives. So I want to say thank you to Nimasa, thank you to the federal government.
Nimasa has given me a great opportunity that I never dreamt of. I'm so grateful to them.
I would like to say a big thank you to the federal government for using Nimasa as a point of contact to reach out to us for this wonderful, great privilege to study in the Ahmed University, Chennai, India.
With graduates already emerging from the program, it is clear the Nigerian maritime sector is on the right course to ensure a total turnaround of the seafaring industry. Over 3 billion naira lost annually to foreign seafarers working in Nigerian waters will be saved when Nigerians take over the industry. Nimasa's commitment to the NSDP program is unwavering. The ongoing effort of the present administration at exploiting the available niche in the country and contributing to the global pool of seafarers is also significant in this regard. Commendations for this program know no ethnic or political boundary.
It is certain that these children that have been brought here on scholarship through Nimasa will, of course, have very, very good future. We expect that it will affect our economy positively in the area of maritime development. We expect that the children will be of good behavior and it will also affect their parents. So it's like a multi-layer thing. And I want to appreciate Nimasa once again and, of course, for implementing the policy as passed by the National Assembly.
I've never been impressed like I've been for the past 2 days in going to these university campuses and seeing the Nigerian students, one, their living condition, the educational infrastructure being put in place, and even the ship stimulators, very impressive and awesome.
Nimasa's choice of this program is very instructive, and I will only say that we should thank the President for giving the encouragement and support to Nimasa to actualize this program. It's awesome, it's fantastic, it has touched families, it has brought the youth forward. I think we should be continuing.
I want to thank Mr. President and I want to thank my DG. They have made this success story possible.
This administration has also established a shipyard in Nkerinkoko, just at the tip of the ocean in Escravos, Delta State. The shipyard and dockyard are to cater for the shipbuilding and dry docking needs of the country and other vessels that call at Nigerian ports. Another major milestone achieved by Nimasa under the Goodluck Jonathan watch is the ratification and subsequent entry into force of the Maritime Labour Convention, MLC 2006. The MLC 2006 seeks to protect the workforce in the maritime sector. Nigeria is the 37th member of the International Labour Organization to ratify the convention. The MLC 2006 is expected to improve the working and living conditions of seafarers, thus making the Nigerian maritime sector globally competitive.
Nigeria is the 37th country to have ratified the convention and the 5th in Africa. It shows the resolve of Mr. President to open up employment opportunities for young Nigerians.
Concentration now is more on employment, productivity, creating economic growth. And when you put it side by side with the Nigerian statement, you find out that Nigeria has done a lot in the area where ILO is showing a lot of concern for member states. And the direction which ILO, is looking at, tallies with the transformation agenda of Mr. President. So the transformational efforts of the current DG of ILO is in sync with the transformation agenda already put in place by Mr. President in our country. So you can see that at the mention of what we've done under the transformation agenda, there was an applause. There was, acknowledgement that Nigeria has done well.
Today we are proud, and we believe that this man has done so much, and I believe that his name should be printed in gold for making that achievement that will bring improvement to the millions of Nigerian seafarers and other seafarers worldwide.
Today, Nigeria is seen as the largest economy on the African continent, and the current management of Nimasa, headed by Dr. Zakede Apobolo-Kemi, has repositioned the agency to effectively contribute to the growth of the nation's economy. It is quite remarkable that Nimasa is attaining this giant stride under the supervision of the Federal Ministry of Transport, which is enjoying the political goodwill of President Goodluck Jonathan's leadership in the maritime sector, truly exhibiting the transformation agenda. The hands, as they say, are on the plow, and there's no going back.
We just want to tell our story today emphatically that the days of illegal activities on our maritime waters are over, and we're not missing words about that. We're going to continue to improve on it and see how we can possibly even get better to be able to provide support where necessary to maybe our neighbors if that will further enhance our safety.
Nigerians should look at what this president has done and what he's planning to still do. Do not vote wrongly. We need to sustain this transformation. In the next 4 years, you and I will not believe it's the same Nigeria. We have laid a solid foundation everywhere. We cannot afford that somebody starts again from nowhere.
A group of professionals known as the Maritime Watchdog have expressed satisfaction with the President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan administration because of the successes being recorded in the maritime sector over the last 4 years vis-a-vis the transformation agenda. Now, this group made this known during a media parley in Lagos recently. Our correspondent Richard Ubani has the details.
The Association of Maritime Professionals, known as Maritime Watchdog, is an organization formed to protect the interests, rights and privileges of maritime workers, both retired and active. The group organized a media parley recently in Lagos to chronicle their journey so far and express their commendations to the President Goodluck Jonathan administration for the remarkable progress recorded in the maritime sector in the past 4 years. Addressing the conference, the Secretary of the Association, Barrister Mark Johnson Odey II, touched on the training of seafarers under the Nigerian Seafarers Development Program and its benefit to the country.
In the past 4 years, and in line with the federal government's transformation agenda under President Goodluck Jonathan, the federal government partnered with some state governments to sponsor over 2,500 Nigerian youths from the 6 geographical zones of the country to achieve and live their dreams of becoming seafarers under the Nigerian Seafarers Development Program, NSDP. The federal government is solely responsible for the sponsorship of over 70% of this number. Over 3 billion naira lost annually to foreign seafarers working in Nigerian waters, the same when Nigerians take over the industry.
In the area of capacity development, Barrister Mark Johnson also highlighted significant efforts made by the Goodluck Jonathan administration. The innovations in the area of maritime safety was not left out, as Barrister Mark Johnson shared his observations.
The fight against piracy, oil theft, smuggling within our waterways, and other maritime crimes within our territorial water has been drastically reduced through the presence and operations of the Satellite Surveillance Center in Nimasa.
Other members speak on the aim of the parley.
With the development so far, with what we have witnessed for the past 4 years, we think there is need to commend the present government for the stride they have taken so far in developing the maritime sector.
A maritime stakeholder, Comrade Francis Bunu, also noted that the president deserves a second term in office as he has done very well in transforming the nation in the last 4 years.
If somebody have done well, you tell him, Mr. Man, you have done well. You have done well, you have done well. And if you tell anybody that you have done well, he will be very happy, he will do more. What we are expecting right now, we are sending a message. Those projects that you have started, when it comes back, you should be able to complete it and take it to the international height, so that Nigerians will benefit from it.
And that is our show for this week. We sincerely hope we kept you educated and informed. Now, please don't forget, Nimasa this week is interactive. If you want to find out how you can be a part of all this transformation that's taking place within the maritime sector, or how you can benefit from it, send us an email at the address currently showing on your screen. Now, we're going to be here, same time, same station next week. Now, remember, in the year 2015, in the days to come, let safety and security be our watchword, not just on our motorways and airways, but also on our waterways. Once again, it's Retiola Doyle signing off. Until next week, goodbye.